YouTube, this is World War Black Ops Pro, and I thought I'd make this video giving my opinions and my thoughts and a general review of Advanced Warfare, because there are probably many of you guys still out there that are just hesitant whether or not you should buy the game, wondering whether you should get it for Christmas, and I'm going to tell you what I think about the game and whether I think you should get it. I'll give my honest opinion. I'm not one of those paid advertisers, aka the big YouTubers like Ali A or T Martin. I'm not one of those. I'm not a guy who basically essentially gets paid by Activision to say only positive things about the game. I'm not that type of guy. I'll give you my honest opinion, of the game. But before I get into that, as you can see, I'll get into the gameplay right here. So I do go 46-0 this game, this WMD game, and there's something about this WMD game that is different than the other games I post. So guys, do keep a close eye on this gameplay. Maybe look at it very closely, because you'll notice that it is very different than the ones I've normally been posting. Maybe take a closer look at the kill feed or something like that. But anyway, guys, that's enough about that. Let's get into the Advanced Warfare. So, Advanced Warfare, initially I was pretty excited for the game. I thought that game was gonna be a great pub stomping game. I thought that was gonna be a great game, because supposedly it's the first game on the 3-year development cycle, but I have my own doubts for that. But we'll just assume it took 3 years to make, and yeah. So you think, oh, this game must be awesome then, because they took 3 years to make. That means that they had so much time to polish the game and just do whatever, just make the necessary changes to the game and make it work properly. But that's not really necessarily the case. But before we get into all the broken elements of the game, let's get into what you actually get when you buy Advanced Warfare. So of course you get the campaign, but although I haven't played the campaign, it's probably good, because most Call of Duty campaigns are good, but I generally don't buy the Call of Duties for their campaigns, and I don't think many of you out there watching this are gonna do the same either. So I'm not gonna get too much into the campaign, but I would not buy the game based on campaign only, because you're essentially spending $60 for maybe 6 hours of entertainment. That's not worth it in my opinion. Okay, so next let's get into the multiplayer. And now the multiplayer, there's not very much innovation except for the exosuits. The exosuits, they do add a different element of Call of Duty, but it's not black and white. It adds a lot of negative things to the game, the exosuits do, and we'll get more into that later, because many people, they buy Call of Duty games off of multiplayer. Because multiplayer is key to the Call of Duty experience. But okay, before we go into that, I'm gonna go into the co-op, because the co-op is literally just a copy paste from Modern Warfare 3 Survival. But unlike Modern Warfare 3 Survival, Modern Warfare 3 Survival was actually fun. This isn't that fun, really. There's just not enough there, and I don't blame Sledgehammer for this, because okay, you may say, oh, they had 3 years to make it, and I kind of doubt that in a way, because the game does not look like it took 3 years to make. But I was watching another YouTuber, and he was talking about how he brought up the fact that Activision owns both Destiny and Call of Duty, and the fact that they're not meant to be competing games. They're supposed to complement each other, and he's right, honestly, because from a business standpoint, it wouldn't make sense for Activision to make two competing games. So, in order to maximize the profits, it seems like Activision's made one game have one thing, and made the other game have another thing, and made one game, one of the games lack this, so the other game has that, so you have to go play that Destiny to get something that Call of Duty doesn't have, and go play Call of Duty to get something that Destiny doesn't have, and also, there's been a lot of complaints that both those games feel half-finished, you know, because what I think they did is they compromised the co-op mode for Advanced Warfare, just so they could sell more copies of Destiny, and vice versa, and they did that with that game too. It made it feel incomplete, even though I've never played Destiny. There's just a lot of people saying that, so I'm assuming that there's some So some scheme going on there, because in the amount of time that they were given, I think they could have came up with something better than Exo-survival. And Exo-survival is one of the worst co-op modes I've ever played. It's less fun than Modern Warfare 2 Spec Ops and Modern Warfare 3 Survival. Definitely less fun than Zombies, less fun than Extinction even though Extinction played nothing like Zombies and was honestly not as good as Zombies. Because really you have to choose, so you choose like a weapon class or something, and you're confined to those weapons, and your enemies have exosuits too, so they can jump around the map, and basically it's just on multiplayer maps. So instead of making completely new maps for that game mode, you just reuse the same multiplayer maps. I mean, okay, great job, Sledgehammer. So yeah, we all know you know how to copy and paste, but can you actually come up with something different? I mean, sure, the exosuits were something innovative, but they're not revolutionary, because I feel that if Call of Duty continues down this road with the exosuits, I don't think it's going to last very long, because I think people are getting tired of the futuristic setting. And yeah, I don't blame them, honestly. We get the amount of Call of Duties that we've been getting for the past few years have been either modern day or the future. They're just ridiculous. I mean, that last one in the past was Black Ops 1, and that was 4 years ago. And hopefully, Treyarch's next game is World War II setting, because that's the only hope this franchise has, is Treyarch's next game. Okay, so let's get into the multiplayer, because we already went to Exo-survival. I mean, it's not worth getting it for that at all. You'll probably get bored after one game, as I did. So guys, we rolled campaign and Exo-survival out of the equation for whether you should buy Advanced Warfare. So now it's all based on the multiplayer. Now the multiplayer, okay, I'm just gonna get into a few quick things here. Everyone uses the bow in multiplayer, and because I don't blame them, because that gun's the most OP weapon in the game. I mean, how can you expect anyone to use anything else when they like the AK-12 is 4-hit kills at close range? I mean, that's weak, that's underpowered, and then like you have a gun like the bow, 3-hit kill at that range, and 5-hit kill at long range. Same as the AK with long range. It's like that's just overpowered relative to other guns. I mean, it wouldn't be that overpowered if you buffed the AK and maybe some of the submachine guns and some of the other assault rifles, but I mean, it literally feels like everyone's using that gun. I mean, more people are using the bow in Advanced Warfare than people use the MP40 in World at War. That's how bad the situation is. And not only that, guys, but you know, there's nothing that innovative about the multiplayer except like save for the exosuits, because the exosuits, I mean, yeah, they add some new movement mechanics and stuff, but it honestly hurts the game more than it helps it, because we've been asking the developers for years to give us some change, to innovate a little bit, and this is not what we meant by innovation. We didn't ask them to completely change the whole Call of Duty formula, because that's what keeps us coming back, guys. The Call of Duty formula, the addictive Call of Duty formula, where we get that one good game, and then we keep playing to try to imitate what we did that good game and try to get another good game. Like that's why we keep coming back. I mean, likely that good game had maybe involved using some high-level score streaks, and you don't have that factor in Advanced Warfare, probably because it feels like bare bones, because the score streaks are ridiculously hard to get. And especially in objective game modes where you only get 50 points per kill. And not only that, the streaks are nerfed beyond recognition. For example, the Warbird, you can get it's comparable to a VTOL in appearance and function, but not in effectiveness. No way. That thing, it takes in an objective game mode, the base thing takes about just as many kills to get as it would in like BO2 if you were playing like TDM. And if you're playing like domination and you got it costs like what 850 points. So if you're playing domination, that would take you 17 kills to get that thing, and that's not even with attachments. So there's no extra time, no nothing on it. And guys, that's ridiculous. Given that the Warbird, it only lasts for about 35 seconds in the air. It's slow. The miniguns are really weak. Not only the bullet damage and the minigun's weak, but it takes literally, well, like for like so many bullets to kill, and then after you get one kill, the miniguns are on the verge of overheating. So you can't really get that effectively. The thing that severely limits the effectiveness, and they've never nerfed the streaks to this level, to this degree in any Call of Duty prior. This was likely done because they're trying to cater to MLG, like interest groups like MLG, and that just costs, that comes at the cost of the game, guys. MLG should not, developers should not cater to MLG or other interest groups like FaZe or Optic, because literally those people, that they are a cancer to the Call of Duty community. They are. This franchise is supposed to be catered to casual gamers, because that's most of the people who play this game are casuals. They're not going to be like these MLG pro people who are playing these mostly. It's mainly the casual gamers, and when you start implementing things like domination is split into 2 rounds, or you start changing things about how the way multiplayer works to try to make the rules more competitive, that's when the average gamer starts getting screwed over, and I don't like that. If MLG wants their competitive rule set in Call of Duty, keep it on ranked play, okay? And keep skill-based matchmaking out of public matches, because who wants to play against sweaty MLG tryhards all day? I mean, no one does. I mean, that's one thing that's gonna make the game really just not rewarding if you keep getting killed by these MLG pros who, you know, who have like 3 KDs, and they drop shot around every corner and pre-fire and pre-aim. Yeah, that gets annoying. So yes, and they did bring back skill-based matchmaking, Advanced Warfare. That is a terrible idea. I don't know why you guys aren't learning from your mistakes from Black Ops 2. Because they brought back Pick 10. I mean, in the form of Pick 13. But the problem is that they basically copied and pasted it. The only thing different about it is they added score streaks in. And as I told you guys, the score streaks are terrible. Yeah, I really wish I didn't have to say that, because kill streaks are the cornerstone of Call of Duty. Because you take them out, there's nothing really that separates it from other FPS games like Battlefield. You might as well just all go play Battlefield, because Advanced Warfare, there's the only score streaks up that are UAVs, and everybody uses low profile because it's one of the first person unlocks. So the UAV is not all that effective, and in fact it can be very expensive to get, and it's still not effective. And guys, there is no Blackbird type kill streak in, unfortunately. There's no VSAT, there's none of that. So guys, basically it's somewhat similar to Ghost, but at least Ghost was a better game, because Ghost was actually Call of Duty. And guys, I know a lot of you guys don't like Ghost. I mean, sure, it was slow paced. I mean, it was definitely not the best game ever, but it wasn't the worst, because I think that spot has a new winner, because although I never thought Ghost was the worst Call of Duty ever. I thought Modern Warfare 3 was, because Modern Warfare 3 really would just copy and paste the MW2, take out all the good things, put a bunch of BS things in like death streaks and other stuff like that, and then you got Modern Warfare 3. That's why I used to think it was the worst COD game ever, but no, I think Advanced Warfare is going to fill that spot from now on, because Advanced Warfare, there's really nothing about the multiplayer that keeps me wanting to come back, keeps me wanting more, keeps me wanting to play, to keep playing. And part of that might be because of the maps. Like, the maps aren't great. The maps encourage corner camping and hiding and camping on rooftops. They're not necessarily that effective for shield camping, like Black Ops 2 was, but the verticality meant for the exosuits has really added another element of camping, so it shouldn't be called Advanced Warfare, it should be called Advanced Camping. Because my brother, World of War Black Ops Pro 2, he's actually proven to me time and time again how effective it is to camp in a corner and get your paladin. And really, this game could be exploited so easily. Like, you just wait for the enemy to capture the flag, to literally just touch it, and then you shoot him in the back, and then you get 125 versus the regular 50 points. So that this game, it can be exploited in terms of how to get more points per kill. But that's not the biggest. That's not the biggest issue. But big issue here is that well, the maps don't really encourage. They don't encourage what the game was meant for. I mean, I know the game was meant for rushing, and I'm not a rusher in the first place, guys. So don't think that I am. But honestly, it seems like more people are camping than in Ghosts. That's how it feels like sometimes. I mean, that's probably not the case, because I mean a lot of people would boost jumping around the map too, but it's just annoying, really. I don't like it, and plus, guys, Advanced Warfare is really laggy. I haven't been on it for about a week, just because I got bored of it. I gave it about 2 weeks. I gave it a chance, guys. I did give it a chance, and I just got bored of it. Really, there's nothing that keeps me wanting to come back. There really isn't. I can't think of anything. Like, let's see, another thing, the character customization. That's not really that innovative. I mean, Ghost had it, and given that you can't even see your own character model, it doesn't really make a difference. And let's see what else. Let's see what the game modes. There really isn't anything new except those like uplink thing where you throw like a satellite around and play like a game of basketball. That's not that innovative. I mean, it's really, well, I mean, it kind of is. We haven't really had anything like that in Call of Duty before, but it's not that fun, honestly. And the guy who carrying the satellite's really annoying because he has twice the health. So yeah, guys, and even if you guys think that, okay, that they have a no classic playlist, maybe I can just go play that if I don't want to deal with the exosuits. That's not the case, really, in many circumstances, because that plays even slower than regular does. And not only that, there's only 4 game modes. So you have like Team Deathmatch, Kill Confirm, Search and Destroy, and Domination. So compared to the other game, so like even if you want to play something like Infected, you can't even play that. And the reason for this was probably because Sledgehammer wanted to force everyone to play Exo. They didn't want very many people. They wanted people to actually try out the exosuits, and if they gave us as many game modes in Classic as they did in Exo, I think that would have split up playlist populations too much, and they're probably worried about that. But anyway, guys, I am throwing in some bonus gameplay in here. You guys might recognize this. This is the 51-1, because I still have more things I need to talk about, because this game is pretty bad in my opinion. I mean, I'm being honest. Like, I find Call of Duty Ghosts to be more fun. I mean, many of you guys may disagree, but that's just my opinion, guys. And guys, don't listen to big YouTubers about what they say about this game, because they're pretty much paid to lie to you, paid to tell you whatever Activision wants them to say. Like, for example, YouTubers like Ali and T-Martin, have you ever heard them say anything negative about Call of Duty? Except, like, you only hear things about saying, like, oh, I'm so excited to play this game, guys. Oh, I'm so excited. Like, it's like, really? I don't know, man. I mean, don't listen to them, because I mean, you can tell that they're being paid by Activision to say things. Because do you remember in Advanced Warfare's trailer, and one of their trailers where they were interviewing people from the community, and all of them were big YouTubers or MLG players? You remember that? If that doesn't prove to you that they're paying these people to advertise for them, then you guys are living under a rock. Because the only thing that they would say about the game was like it was fast paced and it was so fun, and that's not necessarily the case. Because okay, maybe it was when they were playing it, and they're playing against other YouTubers, but when you put a game like this into the hands of the general public, people are going to be camping in corners, people are going to be hiding on rooftops and things like that. You guys, in Advanced Warfare, unfortunately, the only ways to play and do well are to camp in corners, or just to camp in general, or to spawn trap. I don't see any other ways, really. You can't. You gotta play in parties, because if you don't play in parties, you're kind of screwed. It's just not that. It's not friendly to the casual player. It's more. This game was developed for MLG, developed for YouTubers. It was not developed with the casual gamer in mind. And guys, Domination is split into 2 rounds again, so of course, again, they're catering to MLG. I don't like it, but there's very little they're probably going to do about it at this point. I mean, I heard Turks next game's going to have that, and that's unfortunate. I wish they'd go back to the Black Ops 1 days, guys. the days where they wouldn't cater to all these interest groups, and like they actually went against them sort of, because this game, quick scoping is in Black Ops 1, quick scoping is nerfed severely, and in the past few Call of Duty titles, quick scoping is very effective, even in Ghosts, where not very people quick scope, but it's still effective nevertheless, and it's effective in Advanced Warfare, but you don't see many people do it, fortunately, because of the exo movements make it hard to hit with sniper shots. But snipers, it can be done. I have been quick scoped, so quick scoping is still there, guys. And yeah, the game in general does not look like it took 3 years to make. And the maps are not great. The graphics don't seem great either. I mean, of course, I'm playing on a last gen, but on the Xbox 360. But I was still expecting there to be a step up in the graphics, maybe. Guys, there is no ground war, unfortunately, in current, last gen consoles. That's unfortunate. And the Infected does work very closely to the way Ghost does. So guys, this game's not worth your money. Don't buy it. If you absolutely have to have it, wait until after Christmas to get it, because by then the price will probably drop because no one will be playing this game anymore. So yeah, don't buy it, guys. I think that was my honest review, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and thanks for watching. This has been World at War.